On April 4th, 2014, Johnny traveled to Ventura to meet with Darren Alff of Bicycle Touring Pro for a quick ride and interview. Here is our interview.
I didn't have anybody teaching me how to do this, really. Like my uncle had gone on a bike tour before, and he kind of showed me like how to put the bags on the bike and stuff, but he didn't really tell me what to pack or anything, so I've kind of figured that out over the years. And you go on a trip and you carry a bunch of stuff that you don't use, and then you come home and say, I carried this for a whole month and I never used it, you know, why? And then you go on another trip and you say, I'm gonna leave that thing at home, because you know. So that's pretty much it. And,
yeah.
But every year I bring something with me that I usually end up not using or something, but it's a new item, and I think, oh, I'll try this out and see if I want to.
Cool.
On this upcoming tour that I'm planning to bring a kite and a ping pong paddle. So we'll see, you know what I mean, if I ever use these things or not.
The things you pack are usually the same?
Never.
Never?
Never. I never pack the same
So
stuff.
what goes into?
Well, I think there's the basics that you need, you know, for a bike tour. Camping gear for me is essential because I spend so much time camping. And then the clothing changes a little bit depending on where you're going. But then I think it's just the personal stuff is the stuff that generally changes for me. On my early bike tours, I brought the camp stove and pot and everything, and now in the last few years I just don't bring that anymore. But I think that's like one of the things that I just said, I'll try going without it, and then realized I don't really need this at all. I do miss it sometimes, but not enough to carry it around with me. So
how do you organize your tours? I mean, how do you pick the destinations?
I pick destinations based on where I want to go.
So it's just a matter of like you've never been to a place, or?
Yeah, that's usually it. It's just I'm interested in a place, and for whatever reason.
Right.
And I think every tour has been different. Like what motivated me on my first tour was very different than what motivates me now. My first tour I did when I was 17, and so I think at that age I was just leaving from home for the very first time, and kind of wanted to prove to myself that I could do something big and memorable and on my own, you know? And then I think maybe I was trying to prove that to myself for the first couple years of bike touring, that I could do this, you know, in various locations by myself. But then after a while I realized, okay, I can do this anywhere in the world.
What's your mindset now when you're touring?
That's a good one. I don't know. I guess maybe trying to figure out where it belonged to a certain extent.
Oh, okay.
What do you? I don't know, but just because like when you're from a certain area and that's kind of all you know. Like I grew up here in Ventura County, California, so this is technically my home, but I don't really feel at home here now that I've traveled all over the world. You know, I think there's other places where I felt like I connected more with the people or something. So
right.
I don't know. I think that's kind of what I look at now, is like, could I live here, basically?
So you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah,
so
14 years.
14 years.
Yeah.
So and you get to go on these long trips. So how is that possible for you to kind of take extensive leave from work? Or I mean, how did you get that going?
The main thing, my main secret, I think, is being stubborn.
Okay.
You just have to be obsessed with what you want to do, basically. That's the main thing. And continuously working towards that. I think for me, the big move that I made was a couple years after I graduated from college. I'd been doing like bike tours for 6 years at that point, and during those 6 years I had been telling myself, like, man, I wish I could just travel the world and get paid to do that, you know? And all my friends would say, good luck with that, you're dreaming, you know what I mean? But when I finally made the, you know, commitment to myself that like I was gonna try to do it, that was really all it took, kind of. As soon as you make the decision, and you go for it.
Okay, so I know you have a couple of tours coming up.
Yeah.
Can you give me a bit of a details of what's going on?
Yeah,
where you're going? How long?
Well, I'm leaving soon on a 6-month-long bike tour, and I'll be going through about 13 different countries in Europe and Asia.
Right.
And I might be gone longer than that. I don't even know. I've rented out my home for a whole year, so I know I'm going for the 6 months, and then I have some time afterwards. So I like going back to places that I've been to before, though. Like, you see it differently too, you know, and you also feel at home. It's